So there I was, a prisoner of my own illusion, my thoughts, what I had inside with me. I think when I was young, I think of all what I can remember, but I've got nothing except loneliness, isolation. But turn that into a positive. So what happened is last night on my way home, I dropped my phone. So I kind of smashed him, you see. And it's all gone crazy now. Look. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? You can't even really see it. So I smashed it in that corner thing. And I'm not happy. That's the thing. I'm not happy. So what am I gonna do about it? That's the question. You see? Yeah, it's smashed. You see it? Proper smashed. So I need to do something about that so that I can be happy again. So I'm gonna get it repaired. I love this phone. Best phone I've ever had. Best phone I've ever bought. Anyway, chess session that was just done. And then what we're gonna do now is we've got 2 more clients and then it's Friday. But today is the beginning of the week, so hopefully we're gonna get some gains for next week. Planning and get things done. So today we're gonna talk about something that's really cool, something that I've been meaning to talk about for a long time, which is tolerance. So if you go back to that childhood era and kind of visualize, if you can, if you do it for a time, it will work. And how your life was at that time. you're able to uncover quite a lot of things. So, and understand yourself better now. It's the reason why you do the things you do. So, for an instance, myself, I grew up without. I had parents, but my dad passed away when I was really young. So my mom moved away to work, and so I went to stay with my uncles. So I didn't feel like I had a mom or a dad, although I had family around me. So it didn't feel the same. So I always felt isolated all the time. So not because there was nobody there to love me, but because I just didn't live my early childhood with my mom and dad. So I always thought that, I always felt like an outsider. So, and the reason why is because my mom and dad and my family and myself and I just didn't have that closure that I needed from my mom. So I didn't know where I wanted to go. So the reason why I do this and why I'm doing this is I'm trying to educate or provide something that I didn't have, something. I think I've gone off topic, but it's something that I didn't have that I'm trying to give. That will make me feel better. That will make me kind of understand why I was going through, or why the reason I am today. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about to use, because a lot of people have been asking me, why are you doing this? Why are you talking about this? But I just had to tolerate my bad circumstances and then turn it into something really good, because for one sec I wouldn't be doing this at all. So your environment matters. So to understand who you are and what you are, what you do, things that you believe in, and the knowledge that you have and everything else around you, the first 13 years of your life is important. That's why we're taken into schools, we're taken into different religions, different circumstances and all of that. So sometimes it's a case of going back to your childhood era. It's so hard. But if you want to find out where you are, where you're from, what you do and where you've been, this is the right time to kind of go back and think, if you can't do that, just wait for the way. If you can't do that, try and look for pictures, try and look for the people that were around. Try and look for people that were around at that time when you were still growing up, for answers, ask questions, understand why, and you get to know yourself better, and it'll put you in a power place of within yourself. You become one with yourself, because you will then know the reason why you act, if not think, believe, kind of be who you are right now. Who we are, between physically and socially, who we are, I think, at the end of the day, is affected by both our environment, especially when we were young, even up to this day. And I'm 31, and up until now, I still am affected by where I live and where I stay and who I'm around with. That's big. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, that is what I wanted to say today. So I will talk more about tolerance tomorrow, but the main point I want to talk about here is who you are. Yeah, I think I've said it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go home. Lights out. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy this chest workout, man. Yeah, buddy.